Alex, has the Andromedans' perspective of us changed in the last 25 years? Do they still see us as the civilization that doesn't respect themselves, each other, or their planet?
No. No, they don't. I need a new definition, but that's going to have to come from Mornay, because obviously Visayas is not in physical form. But I don't have that as of yet. But I will. That's on my to-do list. No. They have a greater appreciation for the hardship that humanity has experienced. Even that which is our own doing, they still have an appreciation for it, because they understand the limitations that we have all had to live with. But I will tell you something. They are absolutely in awe of our ability to create music. Now, I mean, you know, sometimes I come here to the library and I'm kind of down, and I'll listen to music, all kinds of music, go on YouTube, and I was in a Jimmy John's, where you get the hero sandwiches, and there was some music being played in the store, and I asked the person behind the counter what that was, and it was a collection of mixes called Magic Music. And I've been listening to that because some of them are an hour, 2 hour, and I don't have to change the stations, and it's a collective of music. There are so many talented people who no one knows anything about, who aren't stars, that create the most magnificent music I've ever heard. And I'm in awe. And these people, they just write it, it comes out of nowhere. Well, it comes from somewhere. It comes from their quantum field and their connection to the soul, to the universe, to the creator. And what it is that when you tap into that place where you download this music and you create it, what seems like out of thin air, you are literally tapping into the memory and to the passion of the creator, okay? And you are being given access to everything it knows. And these people are just creating this music, and obviously the key to it is emotion. And they're absolutely in awe of our ability to do that. And that's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. And I know they're not alone in that. So, you know, that's a strength, folks. That's a real, real strength of humanity, because many of us do it. Create music, which is expression, which is vibration. You know, I don't think they're listening to the heavy metal stuff, you know, or you know, that kind of stuff. I don't think they're going there. But you know, that's something we should be proud of, and you know, maybe that's a point where humanity can come together. Is, you know, look, we have this very unique and amazing talent, and we should be proud of it. You know, make music, not war, you know, something. So that was a good question. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, here's a supplementary question, because you know, I was showing you this this new mobile phone the other that I got earlier on, and it reminded me of that plexiglass thing that you were talking about. You remember a few webinars ago, you told them you had a cassette,
Yes.
and
Right.
that
the cassette player.
yeah,
Huh?
I was thinking maybe you could send them a few cassettes so that so they could check out what's going on. But the other thing is, like, would my electric, you said that the various devices don't work, would my electric guitar not work in on an Andromedan ship? Would they have to modify it?
They would have to modify it.
And what about an acoustic guitar? Do physical things behave differently?
I would think an acoustic guitar would work. I don't know what the chords would sound like. They may have to be adjusted if that's possible.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if the strings would be right. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
I'd be very disappointed if I can't bring Clarabelle with me.
So, what they need to do is they need to start contacting more musicians to do concerts in the park.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fabulous. The
down with
first
that.
Spaceship gig.
Space gigs.
Yeah. I'm big on Andromeda. That would be good.
We'll ask them to pay us in Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. And you were saying about the creative potential coming from a soul. And we talk about rock stars. I think we're being quite literal here. People channel stars. I'm thinking about Jeff Beck. Have you ever heard Jeff Beck?
Oh, yes.
I mean, where in heaven's name does that flow come from?
And Ian Wilson, from Yes, and Jethro Tull, and
Anderson,
just all of those, Ozzie Newsome, and Ozzy Osbourne, rather. Just so many people. Great question.
Excellent question. I like so being a musician.
But that's what they tap into,
Yeah.
And they don't realize that it just comes for one of my a song that I really like is a song called Angel by Sarah McLachlan. And she said that she basically wrote that song in 35, 40 minutes. It just came out of nowhere. And she wrote it down and it was done, And she says, there's never been another one that's been that easy. It just came out of nowhere. And she was at the right place at the right time, and she tapped into it, and it was there, and boom, it happens. And I've heard other musicians talk about that, how sometimes it just comes, when they can get out of the way.
Absolutely. I've had the same experience.
Paul McCartney and John Lennon, they talk about a recording studio that they had hours to be ready, and at a diner or at a restaurant, they wrote 4 or 5 songs, and they did it without their guitars. They just sat at the table and did it,
That's mastery.
That's genius. That's just awesome stuff. And we have that. And we're blessed. We're blessed in that way. And I believe it's because of our extremes of emotions that we can tap into. Our field of range that we can tap into is extraordinary compared to many other races. It's just being responsible with all this power,
So